What's going on, everybody? I am Captain RoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell 2 Game of Saving Throws 63. Oh, baby.
Only 63?
Only 63.
6 more.
Thank you, Mud. Thank you. That's the joke I needed today. I needed that right now in my life.
That's math.
Did we? Didn't we?
Oh, good to see each and every one of you out there in the chat. Glad you guys have stayed safe in a very, very crazy week. Good to see all of you. Not gonna lie, everybody, even I needed a refresher from where we were at after the emotional roller coaster of the previous 2 weeks.
There's been a lot to process.
Yeah. There's been a lot.
Not like last week's episode wasn't a barn burner in itself.
I mean, that was probably the longest it's ever taken anyone to get through like 5 rounds of combat.
Probably.
Because there was 96 combatants on the field, dude. There's 16 frost giants.
We spent a month and we made it through 6 rounds of combat.
That's
It
D&D.
was so long.
When you look at it, we killed that boss really fast.
I mean, technically,
It was like
yeah.
36 seconds.
We were efficient. We also had some really great moves that were well combined.
So powerful now, too.
Unstoppable.
So many tools in the tool set, man.
I feel like you're setting us up. Like, we'll become arrogant in our power, and then you'll just crush us.
Just
Let me show you what this level 15
That's
can
what
do.
that's what DMs do.
Yeah, just when you think you're comfortable around level 16.
Great.
Done. I don't know. We've lost a lot of limbs and fingers and ears at this point. Now I gotta seriously think about taking something that you really don't want to lose.
He took Ruby's leg once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got strong enough to get it back.
Histor, didn't you lose a finger?
I've lost 2 fingers now.
Yeah.
2 fingers, an ear.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the punching bag.
Front
You're
line,
the
baby.
front line. Yeah. I was like, you're kind of
lost.
meant to be.
Strong side.
Valas in the back going, oh, I'm so pretty.
I mean, that used to be Emery, but sad day now.
I've lost 2 lives, so talk to me when you guys catch up.
The greatest sacrifice.
Unlike you, the rest of us aren't in a hurry to burn character sheets, dude.
Yeah.
I do like to fiddle.
Some of us like our characters. And plus, you also created Randy, and Randy's dead too. So that's 3.
Oh, that's 3 deaths. I guess true.
Oh, I forgot about
I mean, 2.5. I did half of Randy.
Is Randy ever really dead?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, he's currently in Tormund's quest at the moment.
Wait, he is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Wait, you have Randy at Tormund's quest and I haven't been invited to voice that?
You've been so busy, dude.
What the fuck?
You've been so busy. He's already been slapped once already too.
That's fair.
Him and Magdarin are actually they came down south to help out at a place that's essentially like the old Elks Hall. It's a mining guild hall. But yeah, Magdarin's cooking down there at the moment, and Dirty Randy's there. I can't remember. We had him. He was working on something. There was a piece of Randy lore that was quote unquote inserted there, but I can't really remember. I'd have to go back and watch it.
Special pickle.
I feel like I need to go over and do a director's cut dub of all the Randy lines. Kind of like when they threw in James Earl Jones on Darth Vader.
Your
Same
VO
thing.
sucks. We're hiring this guy.
Yeah, man. With Sea of Thieves popping like it is, man. I'm sorry. We just had to use a second rate Randy. You know?
Yeah, you had to get a stand-in Randy. That's fine.
That's what I thought his laugh sounded like too. Count Chocula.
It's like a.
I mean, I got a case of the giggles. Like that's all I remember really is I got a case of the giggles with Randy, and we just did the laugh over and over again.
Yes, the real girthy bastard.
Made him
Yes, the real Garthy. He's a real Garthy bastard.
made him shout something insensitive to women so he'd get slapped, and that was about it.
3 inches in diameter.
Yeah,
Can
if you
Ruby
guys,
travel back in time and murder him again?
100%.
That's what it was. His laugh sounds like Bioshock. Welcome to the circus of value.
I was always trying to channel Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah, I'd say you got pretty close. You got pretty close.
Radio, you got any announcements this week, my friend?
For sure. I'm just happy he's dead, and he better stay dead. I'm gonna be disappointed.
In this realm, probably, but you know,
I will
anything's
flip
possible.
my desk.
Which-
I've never gotten up in the middle of a round, but if Randy shows up,
Randy might have been a seafaring person at one time. We might find him down in the depths with Malakar.
so when
there he will stay.
when it's all said and done, you know, and Tormund's quest is over, we're doing like Randy the early years, right?
Why? Well, I mean, why stop at one prequel when you can have multiple?
It's like Lord of the Rings before everyone, you know, got turned evil.
Some stories don't deserve to be told.
Ran-
I'm just gonna say it.
Randy's origin story is our Cimmerillion, no doubt.
It's the greatest fall of all time.
But you ever wonder why Randy is the son of a bitch that he is? I mean, what went
No.
wrong in his life that made him such a sucker?
Probably a lot of sexist role models. Done. Figured it out. Problem solved.
Probably
but I
the
mean-
same thing that's ruined yours,
Boom.
Radio. Children.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. I will not put up with that sexist asshole again.
You created that thing. Part
Halfway.
Part of
Half
it
of
is
it was created.
part of it is you. I'll never
And
forget
I will-
when you guys were
I
so
will
excited.
destroy what I have created.
To be fair, she didn't know what I was gonna do with him after we made the character sheet. It said he was the creator of the wooden pickle. I don't think she was prepared for the.
Yeah, we did
Number
a sharp right turn.
762, why we will not have kids.
Oh,
No one needs mud spawn in this world.
Anyway.
Nope.
so true. Becca, do you have any announcements for this week?
Stream is canceled Thursday, and I will not be in Neon Regimes Friday because I will be at my sister's wedding. We're doing a small little backyard wedding. Little just group. So we'll be doing that, but we'll be back Sunday for some golf with your friends, and we will open it up that anyone in the lobby can come play with us.
And I better have internet at the cabin by Sunday evening.
Y'all are invited. It is a fun time.
I downloaded
Everybody's
it
balls are
watching-
different sizes.
God.
They are.
They are.
I downloaded it watching. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this at some point. This is gonna be fun.
It is so much fun. And it's on Game Pass, so it's like, well, give it a shot. Why not?
Got nothing to lose. Game Pass is already paid for.
Now, you heard it here first, folks, with Caustic out on Neon Regimes this Friday. Sounds like a perfect time to bring Randy back in somehow into the future.
Mecha Randy.
No.
He's like a less lovable whistler.
I like to think
I mean,
his
I
brain
guess every
survived.
character needs a villain.
Well, if you think about it, Neon Regimes is set in the future. Waz lives on the internet as an AI. He could have pulled CaptainRoBear's VODs and recreated a digital Randy.
Well, through
And now I
Wi-Fi,
have
no
a
doubt.
reason to kill Waz. Got
I'd
it.
like to think that
Kill
Randy's
Waz
brain.
before Randy can be brought back. Got it.
I'd like to think Randy's brain survived and lives inside of a stomach chamber of an
Yeah.
oversized oaf man.
You're right. After a
he's
giant
definitely a Krang.
explosion, his brain somehow survived, even though it was probably the size of a peanut.
Some strong feelings about this guy,
Yeah.
don't you?
That guy has strong feelings against women, so I don't really care.
Mud, you got some announcements this week.
We're just continuing the grind on Twitch. You can now come get your Sea of Thieves drops over on my channel, twitch.tv/Mudcat. There's 14 days of drops in a row. So I will be streaming after this D&D for the next set of drops starting at 4 a.m. and we're gonna be probably applying for Twitch partnership in a couple of days. So if you want to come drop a view on the channel, we definitely help out.
Lurk tab set.
Probably like 2 more streams and we're applying for Twitch partnership.
I love it, man. I love how active your community is at night. It is the perfect time if you're awake in the middle of the night to turn on a late night radio show with Mud.
It's been pretty damn fun, honestly. So it's been good.
You've done very well being able to find, like, I mean, I saw him hop servers 5 times to find action yesterday before I fell asleep alone. So
if that, man.
GG's on hunting it out, man. Holy cow. That is,
yeah, with all the Steam users, it's kind of a being in, there's like 10,000 new Steam users or something like that.
There's gonna be a lot of lambs. There's about to be a lot of lambs.
It's gonna be a while before we get good fights in again, I think, but it was okay.
No, I like
Wow.
watching Murder Nerds.
Yeah.
Little duckies.
Little-
They need to be taught how to float first.
You know, murdering nerds is fine, but like when they are sitting still shooting at skeletons and don't even see you coming is kind of boring.
All they have is a seafarer's chest. This is garbage. I remember back in the day we used to get excited for those chests.
True though, used to be quite a haul.
Oh my god! Look, I got like 3 things.
I know. My boat's loaded.
Loaded, man. Oh, that's awesome. Over here, big announcements for this entire month, guys. Yeah, I know this is going to be something that you have been waiting for an announcement, as I have teased for almost 2 months. However, this entire month, we are being sponsored by StartPlaying.Games. So the question has been up all this time of how can we play D&D with the captain? Well, now !play D&D in the chat. Gonna pull you up a lovely link. My friends Devin and Nate have started this company to try to place you guys with DMs and games that you guys want to play. So it is an entire website based off of hooking up the dungeon master and the player. So this month I'm going to be running my first commission game through StartPlaying.Games this month. And a fun part of it, the group will be able to play inside of the universe of either Tormund's Quest or Game of Saving Throws. Group's choice. So you will get to play within the lore and the consequences of major decisions in the Forgotten Realms due to our own shenanigans.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Muhammad bless.
Oh, we created some weird worlds.
Welcome to being cleanup crew.
Is this the crew that has to find all the bodies afterwards?
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
These are the ones that sort through the goblin cheeks looking for them coins.
They're
Now,
like, it's gonna be like Avatar: The Last Airbender, when like this will be the guys with the cabbage cart that keep getting knocked over.
My
Yeah.
cabbages.
the cool thing about Start Playing in general is you're going to be able to search for games that include individual seats. You're also able to book games entirely as your own group. You can search individually whether you want to look and see whether these games have high or low combat tactics, whether it is a low or high role play game or medium. How are they on puzzles? Do you need any experience to be in this game? It is all leveled and detailed out. I will show you guys another clip. I don't have my vanity URL yet, but I will here by the end of the link. Here is what I have set up for this first Monday game, which is going to be at 8 p.m. CDT to 12 p.m. CDT game. It kind of gives you a breakdown of, hey, what do I need to bring to this? What do I need? How does this all work? It's got great pieces of information on there. Right now, the games in general that are on the site, They range from $20 to $40 per person. So incredibly affordable compared to what I think a lot of people were thinking initially about trying to wholly commission a game. And I'm so excited because I've talked about this forever, that there's just this massive disconnect between trying to get people into the right games, that anybody will take any seat at any table just to try to get in at play. And I think this is the first step in really helping curate the people that want to play a particular style with each other. And Devin and Nate have an awesome thing going here. Super stoked to work with them the entire month and go down this journey with them and, you know, their own site. If you guys don't already know, over here on Twitch, Devin runs Total Party Chill. So they play games on Sunday night. Super awesome guy. Got to meet him way back at TwitchCon and have been stayed in touch since. Awesome friend. I really support what they're doing. There's going to be more details on how to get involved inside my Discord this entire week, and how this process is going to work, because I know a bunch of you are going to try to flood all into this one game, and I'm going to try to bring some chaos to that and get it all sorted out. If I have the time, I really would like to do 2 games this month, and possibly run a Monday and a Tuesday, but we shall see with what time that we have provided. But remember, if you guys are thinking about trying to get in a game this entire month, we got that command up, !play D&D will take you over to start playing .games. You guys can check out, there's already a ton of other DMs in there, and there's more games than just D&D 5e for you guys that might want to play Cthulhu, or you want to play an older edition of D&D, or I saw there was a Dark Suns that was out there. So there's a lot of cool different settings and games, and for the most part, it's going to take you just showing up. These DMs are much like me. They have Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Discord, and D&D Beyond. They're all set up, so you pretty much just have to bring yourself. It's a one-stop shop. But I heartily encourage you to check out their site, browse everything, and I appreciate the opportunities, guys. Thank you very much. As always, thank you to Roll20 for being the sponsor over here as well. Give us the virtual tabletop that plays the amazing music that we all listen to together and helps set the mood for RP, as well as all those lovely visuals when we go into combat. Thank you guys very much. Also, appreciate you guys over at dndbeyond.com. Thank you guys for the insider access. And something that I've been waiting to talk about, since now we're comfortable on Twitch, I can say that all of the episodes at Saved by the Spell and Neon Regimes are proudly fueled by none other than New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. Thank you guys for the starship. You're amazing. As always, when it comes, make sure to live rangerously, but drink responsibly.
My favorite thing about this session being at home.
It's a beautiful thing, man. God, I can't wait. I saw the other Voodoo Ranger partners were getting shipments of the retro, the 1984. Trees has his. I'm like, I would like to really drink that beer, because when you live in the upland South, our beer is always like a month behind, at least to a month and a half, because they won't put out the new stuff until they sell completely out of the old seasonal. I'm like, come on, man. So I'm waiting on secret shipments.
I know a guy who's got a license who can get things out.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. I got a guy for you. Don't worry about it. We'll get you covered, Captain.
And last but not least, this week we have been thinking about everybody involved with what is going down in your country, and remember that it's all about loving each other and treating each other with respect. And remember, human decency is not a political stance. That's how we should be. Love you guys. Don't spend too much time on social media this week. It's rough out there. Remember, take some time for yourself. decompress. And for a lot of us folks, open them ears up. Listen. Have some empathy in your lives.
Maybe learn something.
You might just learn something. Oh, where do we pick up last week on Game of Saving Throws? After finally vanquishing Jarl Storvald in an epic battle in his own lair, Svardborg, his mead hall, his turf, the party took him to the absolute depths that he would possibly go, transforming himself into an everlasting one in a last-ditch effort to retain power and somehow ascend to godhood. With the power of Imri's sacrifice, the Horn of Valhalla, Leifwar and Harshnag, and the rest of your friends, you were able to end his campaign to godhood, rising back up in Svardborg in the aftermath, letting Leifwar have the reins of a new forged people. You guys looked to the compass, the new forged item, part Imri, part Conch, part Stardust, as it pointed the direction of your next long-term move. You pick up back still in the snow and ice covered village of Svardborg. You guys are set outside in the ruins. You have had ample time to rest, get warmth, bundle up in extra furs, wipe the blood away. This is where we will pick up.
I don't know why we have to stay here. I don't like it. I've been here also longer than anybody else.
Well, we don't have
Not fun.
a way to leave right now, so until we get to the ship and find our way back out of here, it's gonna take some time.
Valas, do we even have a ship?
I don't know. Maybe I could, we'll have to see.
That's some sort of nautical joke.
Nope. I just don't know.
I bet Leroy will take care of our ship. I'm sure he's coming back with it in any moment.
Last time I saw them, they were doing okay. But
Leroy's amazing.
we've been here a while, so but I can't speak for the quality of the crew.
You can always raise some more dead ones and then, put them to work.
Yeah, I mean, can't use them as a boat though.
Plus, our crew's a little bit better
Maybe.
because they used to be sailors. I mean, they still are. They're just undead sailors, so they got a little bit more knowledge about it.
You would think that.
I believe in them.
Maybe.
A question. When you were in that ice cube, did it hurt you not to be able to talk so much?
Kind of, yes. I had a lot to say, and nobody could hear me, which was kind of annoying. But now I have you guys, so we're fine again.
I will say, I am happy to have our little blanket-wearing, bacon-stealing monkey back.
Do we have bacon? I didn't see any bacon. We can stay if we have bacon here.
I'm sure if Cheekios is around here and he gets hungry, there'll be bacon.
Well, I'd like some. I could try to make some. How do you make it? What does it require?
You don't want to. No.
Your daddy said no fire. You just better stand back with the adults' work.
What?
Remember when you set the ship on fire?
Oh, it's only twice.
Yeah, it was twice too many.
We're not even on a ship
And that
right
was
now.
making popcorn.
But
I need you guys to roll a perception check.
Histor got a nat one. Yes. I'm too busy laughing at the monkey.
You're leaning up against one of those giant runes with the dad pack out.
100%. I'm too busy packing my pipe to realize what the hell's going on.
21.
17 for Kiki and a 30 for Ruby.
Cheekios is also has his pipe out with you, Histor, not paying attention. But Ruby and Valas, you both look to the south, and you can see Svardborg proper in the front is rather horseshoe shaped and opens up where it has its own little bay. As you slowly see your ship, Valas, creeping in, well worn, more holes than even 19 hours into your CSC stream. Boarded up, mast currently pulled down. Slowly making its way into the bay, coming to a stop. But it's still floating.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What do they do to that ship?
It's amazing that it actually made it.
Well, that answers your question, Histor. There it is.
Our snag sacrifice still floats.
Well, I mean, can we call it that anymore? Because he kind of tricked us.
I mean, it was still a sacrifice.
I mean, yeah, he still kind of sacrificed himself.
It still happened.
We didn't
Yeah,
call it
but-
like Harshnag's death.
Yeah, you did, but I died once. You don't see me, naming shit after myself.
Yeah, but
we
you were...
already had a moment for you there, Cowboy.
Yeah.
Relax.
I think we named something after you.
Yeah, a rock.
Oh, yeah. It
Kinda
was a
rock.
nice rock. Something hard.
Just like his head.
I like it. That'll work.
I like rocks. Can I have another one?
Valas reaches into his pocket and finds a smooth stone he's been saving for Kiki.
I love it.
It's black with it's got some green crystals almost in it. So it's got some green speckles and crystals in it. It's gonna hand it over to her. Hey, I found this for you.
It's really the most beautifulest rock I've ever seen.
See, told you guys she likes rocks.
Well, now I have two favorite rocks.
You're sure gonna get a sweater for this one too.
Oh, yeah. It's
Probably
up
cold.
here. She's gonna tear off a piece of Valas's clothing. Or of his jacket and just
What
rip
the
it off.
fuck?
It was cold. You said so. You're not using this.
God damn it.
Okay. And she's gonna tie it around so it looks like it has a little cape on.
You believe this, Cheekios? Monkeys and rocks.
Look, it's a superhero. And she's gonna throw it at Histor.
Roll to attack.
What kind of attack is that?
Yeah, just roll your
Strike.
dexterity.
Okay.
Roll your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency.
Okay. It'll be an 18.
18.
It's just gonna keep smoking his pipe and just duck out of the way of the super rock. Just ever so slightly move his head as it
smashes into the ruins behind you.
You're supposed to catch it.
Hey, I just gave you that.
Ah! She's gonna run over and go try to find it.
I leave for 6 hours. You guys are already trying to break shit again.
It's what we do best. Come on. You know, at this point, we kind of have a certain rhythm of restoring and destroying and drinking and restoring and destroying and drinking.
Well, I've got a lot more destroying to do, I'll tell you that much.
Speaking of drinking, do we have anything to drink? I don't know about you guys, but it's really fucking cold here.
Do we have anything to drink? What kind of savages do you think we are?
Well, I mean, we've just been in a battle for like, I don't know, 8 years.
We were all
Where are you storing drink, Cheekios?
What I always do. And I throw my wine sack, which I guess I don't really talk about it all the time within game, but I still cast Goodberry every day and ferment it with my extra spells. That's where this wine comes from. But
so prepared.
Unfortunately, the fermentation process takes away its healing properties. You know, kind of like how it wipes out vitamin C when you pasteurize things.
Just the way it goes, though.
I just figured these were always empty because you're a drunk.
You should be one to talk.
It's not an insult. I'm just stating facts.
Cheekios has never run out.
Well, then why don't you share?
I share all the time. Most of the time, no one wants to drink with me.
Give some here. I'll start.
Valas is gonna be drinking already out of it.
But I asked first.
Yeah, but I caught it first.
Hey, Harsnag, where can I find some of that legendary Frost Giant mead?
It's about time I started pulling my own worth since we're back home. I will go roll us a barrel. Make sure not to ruin your dinners. We have a feast tonight.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
We've even prepared you a small children's table down by the side.
Oh, great.
Valas will chuck the wineskin over to Ruby and just say, "Don't get any fur inside of it."
Just gonna take a couple of swigs. The nozzle's small enough that would be very difficult. Also, when have I ever gotten fur in any of your drinks? You haven't once complained.
Can I investigate to see if Ruby's fur is like on anyone's clothing or on the ground?
We are wearing furs in the north.
Damn it!
It's gotta be. It would have to be a nat 20. It would have to be a Sherlock's home moment.
I'm rolling it.
I knew you
How
would.
would you be able to tell which fur?
Not a nat 20. I'm sure you've gotten fur and lots of stuff. You know.
You smell bad, and you don't see me complaining about it.
Yeah, but I don't smell bad in your drink.
You smell bad everywhere else, though.
I'm dead. What do you expect?
I don't actually have a good comeback to that one. That's fair.
Well, quit hogging the wine.
Fine.
And when you toss one of the wineskins back to Valas, I toss you another one because I have plenty.
Yes, I've got the full one now. And she is gonna chug the whole thing like a winner.
I like how everybody said is in a chug first mood in the middle of the day.
We just survived some massive battle. Who wouldn't?
It's true. I haven't put myself mentally back into that spot again.
You act like it's a normal Tuesday.
It's actually Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Histor.
Yeah. What's up, Cheekios?
No, we don't exactly have a body or anything like we normally do, but I want us to do something for Emery after dinner.
Kind of thinking the same.
It would be right. We will put something together.
What kind of service or whatever? What would he even want?
Got any fireworks?
The man, if you caught him, by himself, he looked to the sky. If there's anything that we could do to open up the night sky a little bit more later this evening, we shall do it. And as a man of tradition, I will also be burning things. It's quite frankly and selfishly, I like to burn things. And it is cold out here. I don't care. It is filled with frost giants. We will have a pyre underneath the stars this evening for our friend. After much meat has been consumed and more wine.
Soon as he gets back with that barrel. I wonder what a frost giant barrel looks like anyways.
Probably like a regular barrel, but bigger. What are you, an idiot?
No, that's exactly what I was hoping it was.
I'm just
You could probably
unbelievably
swim in it.
excited that I'll have more than just a thimble's worth to drink.
Wait,
You're not
you've
the
been
only
drinking
one
out of
who gets stressed.
You've been drinking out of a thimble?
Your vessels are like thimbles to us. I don't know how Harshnag did it for so long.
Couldn't you just drink in your elven form?
Who do you think you're talking to?
I think
Dante.
Nope. That's not Dante's
Who the
voice.
fuck am I talking to?
Who do you think is the other female on the group?
Oh shit. Never mind. The voices sound very similar.
I think Dante
Dante's
sounds like
car.
To be fair, the voices sound very
light and
similar.
feminine.
Dante is.
Retcon.
Retcon. Dante is.
Nope, nope.
I'm like,
Let's
why
just
is Dante
pretend
drinking out of a
Valas had his
fucking...
back to them and completely confused the two.
Hey, go to the ship, Valas. You're drunk.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Dante. They sound the same. I don't know.
It's okay.
Wow, you were way too kind about that.
I just thought it was weird that Dante was drinking out of a fucking thimble.
I will
Seems
take
strange.
it as a compliment any day. Dante walks out from back behind one of the ruins, slowly pulling pieces out of a pomegranate.
Look, it's Dante, everyone.
Salutations.
Very similar qualities.
Okay.
Do them back to back. Do them back to back.
I think if Valas has had quite the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long day.
Maybe you should give me the rest of your drink.
I don't think so. If anything, I need to drink more so I can, sort the shit out.
Okay.
Alistar, you have to excuse him. He's still recovering from being dead.
And I am still recovering from an encounter with my mother that I was not prepared for.
That makes everybody in the room.
I
That's
won't
right.
lie, it's been weighing heavy on my mind since it happened. At some point in time, it will be needed to be tended to. I don't know when that time is.
I asked you a question personally. You could say no if you want.
I'm here to indulge, Histor.
How do you feel about that?
When I was younger, rage. In my wisdom of today, unfinished business. I'm fearful for the world my siblings grew up in. It saddens me to think they too weren't given a second chance. The brainwashing will be strong.
What will you do when you meet her again?
I will finish what you started.
Well, you kind of know we shattered her joy when we took you away from her, right? There's nothing but a bunch of rage there.
And I will take away her cruelty. There is no saving. There's only the end game now. You have to
And your
understand
brother?
that I've had a significant number of years to dwell on this past the material plane. This isn't something that has just sheared its way into my mind. I have lived a lifetime in between when you saw me as a child. I'm committed to this. Summer courts, they prepared me for this. And Cheekios' blessing, I had a chance to return. Finally finish it. But yes, to answer your question, Histor. Of course it feels horrible.
Sorry I had to ask.
I'm sure you share similar feelings.
Similar but different. Those of a father who's made many mistakes. Regret, despair, and hopefulness. But maybe you're right. For some, there are no saving.
As a wise prophet once said, sometimes there are happy little mistakes.
If I could turn this into a happy little mistake, I would. Unfortunately, this is a doing of my own cause. But much like you feel about your mother, one of her allies rests in a son that I should have been kinder to. Now has found a new father in Yancy Ben and an ally in your mom. So when we face her, we'll do it together. and we'll do it for the same reasons.
Nods her head in agreement.
Valas is gonna kind of walk over to Cheekios and kind of sidebar with him. And Cheekios, I wasn't there with you when we fought, her mom and all that stuff. What, give it to me in terms I can understand. How fucked are we?
Well, when we were there, it was a horrible idea storming her castle in the first place.
We stormed a giant castle?
We did. It was not the most brilliant maneuver we've ever pulled off, but we survived. She will no doubt be reinforced. She no longer has anything that she loves in this life. She has lost her heir. She has now made multiple deals with other entities trying to go after us, shearing away whatever the power that she had left. And she has now made a deal with both the Prince of Air and Elemental Evil and whatever was whispering to Ruby and manifested itself in the form of a Dracolich. Here.
So then, really fucked. Got it.
We've made a lot of new friends.
What's it? I mean, and on top of this, Malakar is, every time we wander into the sea, we're going to have to worry about him.
We have enemies in the air, we have enemies in the sea.
What's the path forward here? Where do we can't, obviously we can't fight them all at once. What's the priority? This compass is telling me go this way, but I don't know if I trust this more than your experience, our experience.
My heart tells me that we need to strike where the iron is hot, but we still have the items that can get us there. We need to take a stab at reestablishing the ordering. And I feel that when we do this, one, if not both entities, may make headway towards us when we do anyway. But we can't allow Emery's sacrifice to go in vain when we have the items. We cannot risk losing this compass.
As long as we don't let Nightcock die in that process. Emery will be remembered, but we can't let anyone else die.
Well, let me pose the question that maybe nobody wants to ask. If it's between going to save Nightcock or restoring order, fighting Sansuri, killing this air god, dealing with Malakar, which do we choose? One life over what could be the entire world? We don't really know.
You picked the world, you moron.
Well, that's what I would pick, but I'm not as sentimental as you guys.
It's not about sentimentality. Our friend knew what he was doing when he was risking his life, making a deal with a demigod that ended up crawfishing and stabbing him in the ass. To hell with him. We'll go save Nightcock. We've got one thing to do, and that's save the world. Not that it's that big a deal, considering we're dealing with deities on every front, but to hell with it.
Well,
If we are to choose to go to save Knight Ethos, I will only support a surgical mission to get him and get out.
and what if he's used as a pawn?
He 100% is. There's no doubt about his life still being there is bait for us. There's no doubt in my mind.
If it comes down to him versus the larger mission, can you do what's necessary? Can you all do what's necessary? We have to be on the same page on this. There can't be any gaps.
I said my goodbyes. I mourned his loss once, much like I mourned yours. There's one thing that I've learned in this time on the road is that anything is possible. We can take on a sea god. We can take on an ice giant god. We can hold out, finish our quest, and save Nightcock.
What's the point of saving the world if all your friends are dead?
It's not for us. That's selfish. It's not about our friends. It's about every face we've seen in every town. Remember the tidal wave? Wiped out that little sea town we were in? All those people had families. All those people were collateral damage to this right here. We don't establish balance, then it's over. There's no family, there's no friends for anyone. We knew what we were doing when we got into this. Every single one of us, including Nightcock, the night we met him in that tavern. This is part of the game. If you get captured, you're a pawn, you're a piece, you're something to be used, your life is forfeit.
Good.
We have what we need to do. Now we just need to do it.
And we're on the same page. I just wanted to make sure, we've learned a lesson here that you can't save everyone. And he's gonna point to up the hill where towards where Emery died and the fight took place, and you can't save everyone. And there's a bigger picture. Sometimes sacrifices need to be made. So it's good that we're on the same page here.
Don't even start with Emery. We didn't save him. He saved us. I saw him give his life in a fire that could only be described as godly. I watched him throw me clear and set himself ablaze as he sacrificed himself for something the Jarl could never beat.
He sacrificed himself because we came for him. Because he had friends who came for him.
Therein you find my hypocrisy. This old field general's lost people on the battlefield before. Now, I'm not saying I'm immune to it. I'm not saying that it's not something that weighs on my mind when I go to bed tonight or the night after or the night after. But again, I've seen a lot of things happen on this trail. And I'm confident once we set this ordering in motion, once we put things right, we'll have the time to go get Nightcock. And if we don't, then it wasn't ordained by whatever god you're to.
And if you don't follow a god, look at the gods here. How many of the gods have we seen that have created themselves or a fallen victim? We're going after a god itself. How much power do we give the gods? And how much of it is actually in our own actions? It's not ordained. It's based on what we do or what we don't do. At least own that. If we choose not to go for Nightcock first and he dies, that's because we chose to let him die. And if that's the price that you're willing to make, that's fine, but own that. You may understand, and that's the view of that soldier view of yours, that it's more important to take care of the world. And that's what puts you at peace. And you can do that. But do not hide the fact or pretend that his death is because of somebody else. It's because of our own lack of action. We weight those scales as we do right now. And we're choosing which life to value first. It's not an easy decision, and I'm not judging you for it. I know what you're saying is right, and it's the right thing to do, and I'm struggling with that because I don't care about the rest of the world. Most of them are not nice. Cruel. They tear each other apart. It will be an endless war even after this is done. And for me, it's hard to put aside a friend because those are the ones who've actually cared. I know you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but we have to value the world right now. But it's also our choice as to what we're valuing. And we shouldn't try to make that burden on ourselves easier. I will not let my friend's life feel less of an impact. And I will carry that burden because he deserves that.
You won't carry it alone. It will just feel that way.
We need to make choices and live with them. Again, just like Emery made a hard choice, we have to harden ourselves and make sure that those sacrifices aren't in vain, despite what we think or feel.
Cheekios, how do you feel about this?
It was his choice to leave. However, understanding the situation, his call to family was even stronger. We are not prepared. And we cannot allow ourselves to walk into a trap. We've come too far. However, it doesn't mean that everything is off the table. There are other solutions than just going all in on an invasion of Yon Sibin's own territory. You see what it was like against someone who is trying to ascend. This, we are walking in to a house of a god. There is no more waiting for ascension. He is well there. If we were to do this, we need to craft something to trick the gods.
How do you
Otherwise,
trick a god?
how do we trick a god? We make them desire something just as much as we desire to free our friend. I do not know what John Seaman wants. But knowing could be substantial. And if it is true that Nighthawk's life hangs in the balance because of us and bait, we need to use our magic and scry and watch him the best we can while not giving up our own position. This is something we would have to do even if we chose to walk into the prince's house tomorrow. We need more information before we can make such a decision. Can't just go up into the air tomorrow and knock on the front door. We have an enemy in the sky already. Don't know how Sansuri is going to act in a conflict with Yancy Ben. Would we have to assume that we could be pinched from both fronts? Or if we run and try to smash and grab Nighty out, that we'll be facing both of them at some point in time. This is no different than we took several days to get back to Emery. We could not just run in day one. We needed intel. We need to gather ourselves. We needed a little bit of luck. We needed a resurrection of a former friend. A negotiation that saved countless lives. We are baking a cake. We know not yet the ingredients that we need. But this is not an excuse for inaction. It's just laying the foundation for what I think would serve us best.
So we need to separate Yancy Ben from Sansuri. But we need to find out what he wants.
What he wants in all of this would go a
Reminds me
long
of-
way.
Reminds me of my old days on the seas, when we would pay a smuggler, fill the bottom of a chest with sand, put a false layer of gold on top. You never bothered to count the gold, just would open it and look at it. We were halfway out of port before we even noticed.
You would do such a thing.
Well, part of the job.
Crafty fucking pirate.
Well, I could be crafty right now.
We're gonna need that craft.
If we are to free him and get him out alive, it will take every bit of our wit to do so.
Well, minus Kiki's.
Well, she's craftier than you might think.
Louder than you might think.
Well, sometimes Sometimes the ridiculous things she says make sense.
By the way, Kiki's still looking for a rock.
Yep. Hidden wisdom.
How many times do you think a giant swung at her and missed?
I saw it at least 5 times. She is so unpredictable.
She's so tiny.
Yeah, I've never been able to land a hit on her myself. Just trust me, I've tried.
Well, good news. If she goes swimming in this barrel, anybody's going to be able to catch or hit her.
As Harshnag, which is quickly becoming an open field party around these old giant ruins.
Consider it a well-earned appetizer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Harshnag, how does it feel to be home?
How does it feel to be home?
You've left. How long has it been since you've been back?
Many years. It's bittersweet. A dream realized, a people freed. But at great cost. Both my own and the ones that I will never remember. I close my eyes, Ruby, and I can feel the cold breeze of the northern seas crash against my face like waves. I can hear the sounds of my children on those waves. I can feel the overwatching eyes of my beloved. Like a 2-ton brick suspended above my back. But much like the savage land brings, when I open my eyes, it is yet a memory. But still, it is a memory that I fight for. And a memory that I came back from death for. One worth keeping. As much as it hurts when I open my eyes, having lived it once in one lifetime, it's better than not. So I cherish it, and I honor them with what I do. It was an emotional homecoming, but I'm just glad that I had something of an outlet with my friends. The Bash Brothers can be a rather cathartic experience, don't you say, Histor?
You have no idea the smile you put on my face when I saw you throw back that cloak. And I knew that one more time, you and I could share the battlefield again.
I wasn't gonna let you be the only dragon rider.
I'll never forget. What was that line? Wait. Throw me.
That too seems like a lifetime ago.
Oscar Neildemain. How many battles now?
When
I'll
you get
admit.
as old as us, countless.
That's old.
When I dangled that statehood in front of you, kind of gave you a way out. But just like the old soldier that I am, you can't give it up, can you?
I made an oath. And that oath persists through death. I was resurrected merely in defense. Once I got here, that still means that I had unfinished business. So after I cracked that giant skull and broke his wolf like a wild stallion, I knew exactly where I was headed. Speaking of which, when your time is done here, I will show you the Frost Gate. The one I spoke of. Place that we may have to run. As if this group would ever run from anything. What a joke. But had you needed to run, there's a place. And yes, Valas is too big enough for your boat. Large archway.
It's a good thing we didn't have to run because you didn't tell us exactly where it was beforehand.
You don't exactly let the people that you don't trust know where you're running to, RoBear.
I guess you're right.
But it's true. You would have had to have found me. And I, too, was not running.
Arsnag, answer me this.
Yes, Histor.
Sirach, Zelron, they all right?
Surprisingly, yes. They are. Lord Zelron did recover. Sirach has had a rough time. But he too is alive. He lost more than just his staff. More than just a few appendages. He lost a great piece of his mind that day. Where I told him the truth before I left. But
Next
now
time
he
we make it
knows.
to the Roaring Horror Estate, we're gonna give that back to him. I'm carrying both of them with me now. I want him to be able to bury them both. I'm glad you told him the truth.
Good man, Histor. It was the right thing to do when I came back. It released my inhibitions I held in this previous world. But sometimes I need to be a little bit more like Ruby Shore. and live my life in the present.
I was going to say unpredictable, but yeah, that works too.
Both are correct. And she's back to drinking.
Watch yourself, little one. What's in this barrel is considerably stronger than what Goat Boy can brew up.
Then how about you catch up?
You
And I'll take it as a challenge.
Challenge accepted.
I'm already ahead, so you're gonna have to catch up.
as he dips one of his horns deep down into the top of that barrel, not even using the spigot at the bottom that he's made for the small folk.
It's the wee folk.
Enjoy the spoils. Not many days are great feasts held inside that hall for such honorable things.
You guys gonna have like a day to celebrate this or something? I could come up with a few names for the event. Actually, don't ask me, they're all stupid. But I'm sure Histor could come up with something.
Histor's just gonna crank around the spigot on his mead cup he's got. Just take it and hold it close to his chest so it doesn't freeze, and he's gonna walk back towards the end of the mead hall.
And Valas is gonna look around. Speaking of earning a drink, where's that damned wolf at? Is Loki around us?
Roll a perception check.
21.
21. Oh man, it's creepy because you don't hear or see him. But as you stare back out long enough, you eventually see where he's laying down, silent, has been watching you and the group the entire time.
Valas is gonna walk over to him, noticing him, and you're a ferocious beast. And I think you've earned this. And he's gonna pour some of that wine out of that Goodberry skin into a hole into the snow and ice.
It's better than what you think. Oh yeah, he laps that wine up, no problem. And he just it looks like a massacre on his white fur around his muzzle. Gives you a couple of licks too.
Harshnag.
Yes, Valas.
How would Loki fare on a ship, do you think?
I think he's gonna follow you wherever you go, whether it's a ship or not. He's been sitting there looking at you while you slept, while you drank.
Oh, good, because I think we're gonna need his help.
You could use all the help that you get.
And Valas is going to just get up and walk back to the group and let Loki lap up his wine.
And I know you haven't done it, but I'm gonna do it to myself anyway. You just kind of toss the wineskin bladder down there, and he's just. What are you doing? Just.
He was thirsty. What do you want?
It looks like he's eating a sheep's heart over there. With the, oh,
Hey, he more than earned it.
it is true. It is true. I have more where that came from. It's time for mead anyway.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Harshnag almost trips over Kiki while she's still hunting for rocks.
Hey, watch it!
Hey, why don't you watch it? You're tiny, I'm sorry.
I was here first, thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So be careful. Hard for us to see us.
Okay.
Histor. You need to walk with me.
Since it's such a long walk from the stones to the meat hall, I'm just about to the entrance when I hear my name. I turn and look back.
Where the hell are we going?
Just follow me, you dipshit.
Just gonna trudge my way through the snow back the direction I just came from.
You ladies have fun on your date. As Valas is gonna fill up a mead cup.
Sister's just gonna not even respond to you. And of course, that looked kind of funny because there's one finger missing off that hand. It's just kind of a nub.
Histor. I believe I have something that is yours.
Kind of racking his brain for a minute. What do you mean? I didn't leave you with anything.
Harshnag walks you back to a small cart. As he pulls the furs back over the top in this wrapped cart. You see the remaining dragon eggs.
As he shows me the eggs, he looks up. How did you know? That's what I was walking towards the meat hall for.
Well, the last time we were there, we were considerably higher in the air. Before we went to the lowest of the lows. You're damn lucky these things are built to last. And not a mere chicken's egg.
He's just gonna run his hand over the first couple that are on the cart. Eisendrag deserves to know that these are here.
Yes. And you're going to be the one that tells her. Histor, it does not fall on my mind that this is quite possibly the first promise you've ever kept. When it comes to dragons. And it's not for a lack of trying.
First promise I've kept in a long time. Say since I found my course with Bahamut once again. It's been a long road. This was my mission once before. petting dragons. They were enslaved free. Became almost something that was just, as I searched for Tormund and Dominus. The further I fell away from my faith, the further I fell away from any of this. As I see things now, this doesn't make right anything that I've failed to do so far, but it's a step. It's a step towards making Bahamut that much happier. If these 6 can find their way to freedom, unenslaved, these 6 will know a life better than any dragon before it. I just hope that with Leifor's leadership, Eisendrag's raising, they can grow up a lot like your little Dante. I can't call him little now because we've all seen what he can do. Proud of him more than I can even express. Smart little red dragon.
Well, they will at least have the chance to grow up free. I've spoke with Leifor. They've made a promise to not fall back into the traditions of old. Try to dominate these beasts to conform to their own will. They have made that pledge to me. So I will take this cart to their original nest. The rest is up to you, Histor.
You won't take it alone. Let's go together.
As you hop on, steadying the back of this cart with those eggs wrapped up, covered in furs, you and Harshnag begin to ascend to the highest most peak in Svardborg. Top the glacier. The original home and nest of Eisendrag and Erzuron.
As we nestle those eggs back in that nest, I'm going to take the piece of bone that, after clapping that onto Eisendrag, that piece of bone for Erzuron, you lay it in the center of the eggs so that you know your father. But I'm pretty sure your mother will tell you all about him one day. Strive to be as great as him, or better, if you dare. It's a father's only wish. Step back from the eggs. Look around.
Near the
Hey,
beach.
Harshnag, where'd you leave Eisendrag?
that get more intense over time as you can see the form of Eisendrag slowly emerging out from the horizon. Settling back down in to her original home. You almost pause and wait for there to be something said, and you realize that there isn't anything but looking into her eyes, an endless spiraling iris of icy blue. She once extends her neck over, placing her forehead up against yours. You can feel her breath and just the sheer presence of what these magical creatures are in your presence. As you once again see memories in your mind like you did before of the times when Ergeron was still alive. Pictures of this nest when it was a happier place. But now restored. You can't help but take that as a great thank you as she peels her forehead off of yours, resting her chin down and her body over the rest of her eggs. Exhausted.
Histor doesn't say a word, just nods his head, looks at Harshnag and starts down the mountain.
Harshnag begins pulling the cart back behind you, making way back down from the glacier. I need you to roll a perception check.
Oh, let's go, Nat 20.
Spicy.
You're probably gonna need it too.
I just, it's like the way these mythic dice do with their nat 20s. It's cool because they actually turn to like what looks like old rusty dice, and then just kind of.
Oh yeah, the new mythic dice on D&D Beyond's dope.
As you walk forward, looking up into the sky, you can see the clouds part. And a bright ray of light comes shining down, reflecting off the snow below you. As you turn around to ask if Harshnag sees what you see, you look and you can see Harshnag frozen in place. As literally time has stopped and stood still. Looking back up into the heavens as it opens up. That beam of light becoming stronger. And out from that beam of light, shining down onto the ice, you see a dragonborn walk forward in platinum scales. Wearing armor almost as radiant as the scales that they wear.
Histor Faust. Today, you have done the most honorable of deeds. And a lifetime of promises, sheared by a lifetime driven in revenge. You made a promise to protect these sons and daughters of Bahamut. While I could only give you but yet a mere piece of myself when you called before. I want to continue my investment into your own goodwill. Something that only good deeds could command. Yes, sir. Please take a knee.
Doesn't hesitate, just goes down on his right knee.
From this day forward, yes, sir. You shall use the rage and the anger and the vengeance on the battlefield, but not just your own personal gain. You will continue to use that rage and that vengeance for good. If you swear this oath to me, to protect those that cannot protect themselves, and to continue your life as the paladin that you originally swore to be.
Mighty Bahamut, I've sworn to you before, and we've come back around again. Any blessings you bestow on me are more than I'm worthy of. You and I both know how many dragons I've lost on this path. I couldn't save all the eggs even here. But whatever you bestow on me now, I will use for the betterment and vengeance of all that we have lost in this journey, and all that were lost without a name. You have my promise. You have my oath. From this moment to my death and beyond. To this, Bahamut, I swear.
With that promise is to lower your head.
As you feel the cool touch of a blade tap across your left shoulder and then across your right. And then it run along your forehead. You can feel a radiant heat and flash of white light. As you look up, still on one knee, Platinum Dragonborn Bahamut no longer there, but a single angelic sword placed in his wake, with platinum white dragon wings spanning out from the hilt down to a radiant white blade. Please take the hilt of a holy avenger.
What?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
A holy avenger?
Dude, I love the name of that. Dude, Holy Avenger. Get out of here.
+3 to attack. Undead creatures take an extra 2d10 radiant damage.
Watch your ass, Valas.
Jeez.
When the sword is drawn, you have a 10-foot aura around you, where all creatures friendly to you in that aura have advantage on saving throws against spells or other magical effects.
Say that was a Holy Avenger greatsword or longsword?
It's just holy avenger.
Got it. That's dirty.
That is a table eye item for finally fulfilling a promise.
Fudge.
Whoa.
That's gonna do some real cool stuff.
That's dope.
As you pick that blade up and make your way down the mountain, we'll let everybody else go ahead and grab a restroom break and refill their beverage.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You just think about what you got.
I'm just gonna sit here, look at the card, and stare at it lovingly. Never mind, I'll be right back.
Oh, for it, man! Radio just got a holy avenger. Just a +3 sword that does 2d10 extra damage to the undead. Has a magical aura around it that lets everybody roll with advantage against saving throws against spells or magical effects. Just a damn good paladin sword. In-game stuff, my friends. In-game stuff. Ah, beautiful. He deserved it though. He's tried to do good for so long. I've never been able to reward him as Bahamut for his good deeds. He's always come up short. 63 episodes.
It's bad. I keep trying, but you know, that's the way it goes. That's just the way it is.
And he did grind for that blessing.
Ooh, didn't know that's what that trip to the mountain was going to be.
No, you didn't.
Just had a promise to fulfill. Wow, this thing is amazing.
It's cool that you've gotten a lot of savage weapons, and now you have one that's real cool. By the way, here's how I rule these undead ones, because you know a lot of times you just don't encounter undead.
Mm-hmm.
You apply if it's not undead, you just take half. You do half. So you do the what's it, 1d10 of extra radiant. Because you have items that already give you bonuses. So I want you to use your new fun cool toy.
Oh, dude. With the frost giant axe and the fire giant broadsword, the holy avenger sword. Oh, let's go. I can't wait to. I mean, I'm gonna have to in-depth read the card on this thing before I even know what it does when I pull it out.
The aura is what's gonna save people. It's people that fight next to you. It's about protecting others even more so than just being the damage daddy.
Maybe this will teach Histor not to charge full send into the fray with his friends behind him, trying to deal all the damage he can.
I'll be right back.
Wow. Very cool.
Dope sword.
Dude, Holy Avenger, let's go. Ridiculous.
If you're a level 17 paladin, it increases to 30 feet. Ooh. That's getting up there.
We're only 2 away from that.
Yeah, we just have to, defeat another
God or 2.
god to do it. At this point, even defeating a god, is that like rank us up or like?
No, it's 2 gods for 1 rank at this point.
Yeah, at this point we gotta beat Sansuri and Yansi Ben to rank up 1 level.
Only 1 god, because we defeated like a half god.
True.
But everything scales up. That's the problem.
Level up.
Let's get that level 20 going.
Oh. I wonder what level we should be to be fighting Yansi Ben. I think 25.
Wasn't Yansi Ben like a...
Well, we've only fought his avatars at this point. We've never actually fought the wind god of Yansi Ben.
Yeah.
And his avatar almost killed us twice. 2 different avatars.
Because Sword King's Thunder wasn't Yansi Ben kind of like a throwaway character?
100%. But again, it was the Ring of Winter. And look what it became.
Von Cena.
Oh. It's low because I didn't hit long rest on her. Or on Ruby.
We got popcorn, chat.
Radio, where's your popcorn?
I want some of that popcorn so bad right now, but I'm out. I need to go to the store and buy some more.
It's like our tradition now. At first break, we make popcorn.
No, I make
I can
popcorn, and then he goes, "Can I have some?"
Yeah, that's
sure.
True. Although,
Hey babe, can I have some popcorn? I'm like really hungry.
Gotta get some kettle corn.
I'm sorry, you don't buy any, so you get stuck
stop.
with what I
Hey,
buy.
Children, please stop bickering. Here's what you need to do. If you want to make kettle corn, get a pan, put a 1/4 cup of oil in it, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of popcorn, like just a regular popcorn from the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on medium heat, let it cook. When it stops or slows popping, just dump it out. Little salt on the top. You're good to go.
Is it
Kettle
like
corn at home?
Is it like the? We do it that way. Is it like the microwave stuff, which is like half-ass kettle corn, or is it like?
No. It's 100%. 100%. I mean, the trick is the heat, because you don't want to heat it up too slow and you don't want to heat it up too fast. So you need to get it right there in the middle.
Oh, you want to burn the sugar.
Yeah, you don't want to burn the sugar, but you want to caramelize it just enough as it's popping to try and get that sweet, crispy flavor to it. And the salt on the top just makes it molto bene.
For Halloween, my parents used to have a giant kettle, and they had a wooden paddle, and they would make
they just sit there
and just making it perfect. The whole witch's brew.
We're gonna make our kettle corn. We're carnies now.
To this day, your hands still smell of cabbage.
My cabbages.
All hands smell of cabbage.
Histor, as you make it back to the group with new sword in tow, what is that you brought back here? It is so it's bright
and shiny. What is it?
What is what?
It's a fancy sword for a fancy man.
Come on, show it off. What is that?
This just kind of hangs his head for a moment. A gift for a promise fulfilled. Let's just leave it at that.
You really think I'm going to ignore that cool new toy you got?
Yeah, that's cryptic as fuck. Come back with a glowing sword. We're just supposed to ignore that shit?
I don't care about the long story. Just show us what it does.
Yeah, cut something in half.
Ooh, do Valas.
No. Oh.
This sword would kill Valas in one strike.
Well, that's debatable.
There's one way to solve that and know for sure.
It's not about show of force and show of power. You will know what this sword does. Next time we get to fighting, you'll see.
Well,
Then-
at least knowing our group, that won't take long.
You can thank Bahamut for its blessings.
Oh, that's who you got it from. Your little deity came down to visit you, huh? You
I thought you didn't
pleased
believe
him.
in God, Ruby.
Well, I mean, obviously they exist, but that doesn't mean I'll accept any of them as my god.
You accept what you want. Just know they're out there. Every breath you take, they're out there.
I mean, well, yeah, they're all out there, but it's another thing when you choose to worship one.
I bet you think the earth is round, too.
Oh my god, I forgot how stupid you are.
Come on, Valas, admit to me, when you were cresting into the etheric beyond, you saw the world is actually round.
I don't know how you would know what I saw or didn't see, but the visions of dying men is not fact, Histor.
So you
I've sailed the world.
everyone says that they go to the light.
Exactly.
You haven't sailed off the end of it yet.
But
So
yeah, 'cause I'm not a
therefore-
dumbass.
Round.
Like those fancy chamber pots back at the Roaring Horn Estate. It's more like he was flushed and went down.
It's not entirely inaccurate.
Circling the bowl. He says that he thinks, kind of like we're going to have to end up dealing with this maelstrom.
Hmm.
I just hope that you can take us on a more gentle flushing.
This is the weirdest metaphor. Can we choose anything else?
There's nothing gentle about the maelstrom. Trust me. I came out of that thing. No. That's going to be a hard ride down.
As someone who has refused to use these amazing devices at the Roaring Horn Estate, how would you know? That's what I thought. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Hey, Valas, can the undead actually take a
Can I do a survival check?
Do you just have like a full boot?
I just want to know if I need to shit right now because I haven't thought about it yet.
I mean, this is a personal question for up to you. You know,
I'll roll
decide.
for it. Let's put the dice aside. Well, I haven't gone yet. I've been back. So, you know, I mean, do I need to? Maybe eventually. But so far, no.
Valas, are you sure you're not a monk? I only asked because I was fighting with one, and that guy didn't take a or eat anything for 90 days in a campaign once.
90 days.
90 days. He didn't eat or at all.
That does not sound healthy.
It's monk stuff. Like I said, I've seen a lot.
Crazy stuff.
Well, I've eaten and I'm certainly drinking. He raises his mug up, kind of tipsy now.
If anything, I would think your body would be more efficient if you don't need it to survive. Everything would get out, right?
It goes in. I just, just hasn't come out yet, I guess. I didn't really think about it. We've been fighting the whole time.
I don't smell any shit on you, but
He looks like shit.
Maybe it's he's gonna pull open his coat. Maybe it's falling out the holes. He's gonna stick a finger in his own body. It's one of his like gaping holes in his side.
At some point in time, we were going to need to tend to all of that.
But yeah, you think like that's
Makes
why I
it
asked
look like
that's
there's a
why I asked what's his
personality.
face about it. You think I want to be like this forever?
isn't that what the meat is for?
Kind of looks like your aesthetic.
Well, I mean,
Lord.
granted, it looks badass, but just doesn't feel the same.
I wasn't thinking badass. I was thinking shabby.
I don't feel the way I felt before. I can feel the pain, but all the pleasure, the wind, the mead, it's all gray, dull.
Sounds like you've been married for 20 years.
I take umbrage with that. My
Like a
marriage was not that bad.
That's how you describe it. It was not that bad.
No. Actually, my marriage was amazing.
Okay, okay.
I've never been married, but I do know how meat is supposed to taste.
You never found somebody you liked?
Besides himself.
You mean somebody who could stand Kiki long enough to hang around?
Aw.
Wait, Valas, are you and Kiki,
She's a monkey.
Hey, you're at sea a long time,
What are you, some sort of pervert? Sick piece of shit?
Ask it if you guys are together. I mean, you're kind of attached at the hip.
You fuck every dragon you see?
He's got a point, Histor.
That's a bad question. I already know the answer.
Histor, did you have any? I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, it's better not to know.
Have any what?
I'm out of this conversation.
All right.
No, Histor.
And Valas has got an attachment to that monkey.
What do you not
Cheekios.
understand about platonic relationships? Yes, sir. Just when I think that we make progress for a second.
Yeah, it's, 2 step forward, 3 step back.
They could just be friends. That's
You just
very
don't-
normal.
You just don't understand.
Did
Yes.
you ever find a rock, by the way?
No, now she's over by another set of rocks looking for it.
When I came from the Underdark and crewed my first ship, I couldn't even stand to be in the sun. I was different than the rest of the crew. We had took me a long time to be able to even stand on deck. She's the only one that was different like me. Obviously, she's a monkey, so it's not really a talking monkey's not your everyday thing, you know what I mean?
I mean,
So
not wrong.
we have a special bond that's nothing to do with putting your dick and stuff.
Okay. How about you, Cheekios? You ever fall in love?
Are you serious?
Did I miss a story?
The entire conversation that we had at the Allfather before I got here.
Well, yeah, like your family. Oh, your family. I guess I just assumed like parents. But you're right.
Yes, we were a couple before we were parents.
I didn't piece that together well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot. Tone-wise, I put like tough conversations in one bucket in my brain and then light, happy ones in another, and oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What was she like? If you don't mind me asking.
She was not like me.
So mean.
And that is good.
Oh, not mean.
She was full of life.
I'm sorry. I
She
walked
was-
into that territory. If you don't want to, if it makes you uncomfortable.
It's not that it makes me uncomfortable. It's just been a long time. It's like opening an old closet door, you know?
Right.
Ah.
The closet door?
You see, versus the material plane in the Fae, when you finally do settle down, it is intended for a very long time. For a very long time. So you do not go into these contracts and these oaths without a fair idea that you want to spend the rest of your life with someone. Because it is truly a long time to be with anyone. We complemented each other well. She was adventurous. She had a zest for life. She did not put up with my shit. That is the truth. And yes, it took me a very long time to come to that decision. It is easy when you are in the Fae. So many experiences. So many new people. So many new plants to eat and wake up. 4 days later. It is truly the addiction of the adventure, even more so than just this plane. So anyone that I could find to help stabilize that and keep these two hooves firmly planted. A good person. Someday, Ruby Short, you too will find your balance in life.
I was really hoping it would be that giant, but she didn't seem particularly interested in me.
Giant? Which
Yeah,
guy?
the Earth Stone Lady. She was kind of cool, powerful. I liked her. She looked really neat and could throw rocks.
I could see you pestering that poor stone individual that only wanted peace on that mountainside for a lifetime.
I could add a lot of life to her. It would be fun.
I fear
But
if
she
you go
hasn't
back to
reached
the
out.
Fae, you will never leave, Ruby Shore.
Probably not.
Fear you will never leave. Well then. Let's go and fill up one of my empty wineskins now with some more mead. Shall we go have ourselves a proper dinner?
Maybe we should finish this barrel first, yes?
You are an ambitious tabaxi.
Well, Harshnag still has to catch up to me, so as far as I know, I'm still winning.
Good luck trying.
You went off and did a whole little thing where you climbed up to that mountain with Histor. I've had a long time.
You are not the only one that has harnessed the capability of taking beverages with you.
Ah, dang it, you're probably right.
You should have seen him driving the cart on the way down.
I feel like that's cheating, right? Well, fine, whatever. But Valas is losing.
No, I'm not. He's gonna fill up a mug of meat. Chug it.
Who's drink more, me or Valas?
At this point, I'd say probably you.
Probably you.
I mean, yeah,
Yes. I'm the winner.
We've been
Ruby-
talking.
Ruby does a pretty good job of nervous drinking after events.
And bringing up weird situations. Yep.
Plus, apparently the meat is just falling out of Valas's gaping holes in his body.
Hollis's gaping holes.
Gaping holes.
All of his gaping holes. He'll plug it with something eventually.
She said.
Womp womp.
Or he in this case.
True.
As you guys continue to drink out by the barrel, as night begins to crest, Harshnag has actually come back out to you guys by the barrel, bringing food, cuts of roast mammoth, as you're pledged to continue drinking this barrel of mead. As continued, you hear the drums in the background. Histor and Cheekios feeling very much this friends in low places vibe.
I can see you're content with keeping the celebration out here.
It's a beautiful night. Why not?
I will
Besides-
bring some more roasted potatoes. Yes?
That's much better. I don't really want to go sit at that kiddie table.
It's not that bad.
What's
You
better to eat out?
called it the kiddie table.
It's giant humor.
Mm-hmm.
What's
It's
better to eat
actually-
out here under the stars? What did you think?
You do have a point. It's one of the redeeming factors. Living up here in the north. As the northern lights. And a crystal clear view of the sky. It's what has made us so successful in our seafaring campaigns. Having its own worldly compass to guide us home.
Well, we should all take a good look because where we're going, through the maelstrom, there is no sky.
No. We'll be relying on you, Valas. To use
Don't
that
forget.
compass.
Not only Valas, it's Emery that's going to get us there.
Speaking of Emery, get some of those barbarians to bring us more wood over here. I'm going to start building this fire. I have drank enough mead to start playing with it.
You gonna play with the mead?
No, the wood.
Wait, Cheekios has got wood?
Your mind has been filthy since you came back from that hill. I don't understand why any god would give you anything, let alone it be holy. You were like
Don't
an
think
old dirty man next to the doorway to the bathroom that no one could get away from.
It's my lack of reverence that makes me so appealing, Cheekios.
I don't care how
Just
many
like
gods you
you.
appease, you are a dirty old paladin.
But you love me anyways. Come on. Come on.
I never said I didn't love you, but you are a dirty old man, Histor.
I'll own that.
Yes. Since you are this new paladin, you should be truthful to yourself. I go and
Yeah,
walk
you know.
over to the cart,
So,
grab a couple of stacks of firewood.
Faust is gonna just kind of look around and not really knowing, he's gonna just say, so we're gonna have a pyre apparently, but what else we got? What did Emery like? It's not like I really knew him very well. I mean, you know,
Drinking.
I knew as much as you can know somebody who kills you, but
He was a good
Give him an ice
bartender.
knife for a glass of beer, you son of a bitch.
He liked to brew.
Mm-hmm.
He liked his ice knives, sometimes too much.
mm,
You
He
should know
liked
about that.
With lemon in it.
He liked his lemons.
Magnifique.
lemons, like just lemons by themselves.
Whole lemons, lemon cakes.
Lemon drops. He drank it all.
He did drink it all.
What were those things that you warmed with your hands?
The sausages.
He
I
loved
forgot
those.
about the sausages.
He-
He liked
Who
those.
doesn't like sausage?
But they
Oh
were
no, you
special
don't
ones.
understand. In Arswindale, he had this shop, this old woman who would hand rub those sausages for him. It was almost erotic the way he got excited about eating
You're-
those sausages.
They ate sausages that were warmed by someone's hands.
That's
And
a
he
thing.
loved it.
Why don't they
Thing in
just
the
use
north.
fire?
It's
It's a thing in the north. I'm trying to
It's-
tell you.
Keeps the meat tender.
That's how you catch diseases. That seems totally unsanitary.
it's
That's how you get scurvy on a ship.
That's how you don't burn anything.
what you
It's a slow heat, evenly applied.
as pirates don't rub your meats together.
No, we have
What,
a, we have a we have a
Like
cook who
cold
uses a
sailor
pan
night?
or a pot and fire like a normal person, not a savage.
Each their own.
Just saying, it's maybe you have to try it to know, but seems like a weird fucking custom.
That was one of these days. We're gonna take you to the north. You're gonna experience hand-worn sausage like you've never seen before.
How far north are we talking
Technically,
you
it
mean
is south
south, 'cause
from
we're
here.
north,
It's, it's actually slightly warmer than here, but I will say equally a city. No doubt.
Mm,
I mean, I haven't gotten inland much in my life, but I've heard tales of little Canada.
Well,
Hard work, much
Oh.
poverty. More maple syrup.
Oh, maybe we'll go.
can we go visit the Roaring Horn Estate instead? Because I know that there was some really good sausage warmers there.
No.
They
Not quite
they brought them in.
level, but really good.
Imported warmers.
You know, the last time you guys wanted to go there, things didn't end so well for us.
Very, very true. As I continue to build the pyre, I'm stacking this baby up, freaking Boy Scout jamboree style.
Are you doing like the Lincoln Log cabin with the teepee in the middle?
Yeah, Lincoln log with the teepee, baby. Coat it.
100%. You got that twine bird's nest in the bottom.
This thing's gonna be 60 feet away, still singeing eyebrows.
Reminds me of my last beach bonfire.
Eat your heart out, Burning Man.
You lighten it with flint and steel on a piece of charred cotton.
Yeah, I don't know why we did, but we certainly tried. Let's get that fire rolling. It's good because it's starting to get cold as hell out here, even if we have been drinking all day. Roast mammoth, pretty damn good. Flintstone ribs, not bad. Not bad at all.
Are these the same mammoths that have been roasting inside of the?
We can't confirm or deny that because we haven't walked inside.
We just steal the giant feast.
It's appropriated funds.
Spoils for.
I would have liked to have had that number 2 ale one more time.
Well, didn't he make a bunch before the Roaring Horn thing? Maybe there's some in that back at Dante's place.
Not just my place, it's all of ours. It's our home.
There might be some left in that cloud castle, but he that last batch up.
Oh,
We didn't even have enough for Harsnag. He was holding on to it like it was his grandma's pearls.
But that means that we probably had enough for us. Just not several barrels independently for Harshnag.
That's true.
Dante, you've been noticeably quiet. However, well, I know we fought before with the, in the temple, but you didn't really do anything there. No offense. But, I saw you out there today. Seemed like you got a little bit of action. How does your first taste of real battle feel?
I think I have established myself multiple times using
but
my
this-
breath of fire.
This was the real shit.
This was the real shit. However, my mind cannot get off the fact that we have a risen dragon in our presence now. It's what has consumed my thoughts since I encountered it. The battle was, well, what I thought it would be. Chaos and hellish. But it is much better to fight as a team. And that we did. It's good. Know you have individuals that have your back.
I agree. That's what having a crew is all about.
I feel as if I have a greater understanding for your life's body of work, Valas.
I wouldn't call it a body of work. It was, mostly thievery and murder.
But you reduce it down to mutual goals and being there for each other. And I can understand. Much research needs to be done on all fronts. I will dedicate my mind to where the party seems most fit. But I'm wildly concerned for what this Draculich has in its head.
We're gonna need all the tools that we can find to fight it. So if you happen to come across any more of those sword books, I'd like to thumb my way through them.
Zephyros' library is vast. But I'll need a direction from the rest of the party of where I should devote my research to. Whether that is to Yancy Ben, Maelstrom, Storm Giants, whoever this Draculich is. I'll need an order of priorities.
I think I don't know if we decided, but it seemed like Yancy Ben was our target, at least in terms of separating his bond with Sansuri.
What about Malachar?
Draculich is part of it, though.
No.
He'll be in the way. He's in my head.
He's in your head.
Well, so you remember when they drank that blood? That bowl of blood.
Yes, I would remember you so fondly.
That kind of led to my first encounter with him. And then he got in my head the second time when he appeared on the battlefield. And that's how he knows all our names.
What do you mean he knows our names?
He knows all of our names. Everybody's name. And he kind of knows a lot about us. Because he was in my head.
Great. So now we have another enemy who knows all about us and what we might do. You didn't think this was important information before?
Well, I didn't exactly know when was the right time to share it. I'm sorry. It was difficult. I stopped him a little bit. I almost attacked Alistar because of him. But I didn't.
What a hero.
Well, hey. He didn't target you, did he?
I didn't drink a bowl of blood.
That was the second time. That was not the bowl of blood time. That's different.
Yeah, totally unrelated.
They could be unrelated. I happened to be in the front, and I saw it getting risen, so I tried to attack it. You didn't.
Oh.
I was doing what I could, and I was outmatched. I'm sorry.
Regardless of that, we need to separate Yancy Ben from Sansuri. We need to break the alliance. That's what's going to give them the power. So I think Dante should spend his time figuring out what Yancy Ben wants. What can we tempt him with that he might betray Sansuri for?
I will do my research then. I will know more by next dawn.
So, this is unlocking a feature of him within your party. You can dedicate Dante's research to a certain subject where he will roll a series of history checks to try to gather extra information from you, for you.
Nice.
Off stream, we're going to try to come up with something for Kiki as well, so we can use all these extra folks as auxiliaries, not having to bring 12 people into battle.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, Dante, it seems that Yancy Ben's in our way. He's in our way from defeating Sansuri. He's in our way from claiming Nightcock. So maybe if we can figure out how to smash this brick, the whole house will crumble.
Which would be rather wishful thinking, but worth it nonetheless.
Anybody else got a problem with that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I do not have a problem. Except for, God, it's fire, it's hot. Shit.
Oh, fire, it's hot.
Hey, you're the one who built this magnificent teepee for Emery.
You would like it.
No, Emery would like a lemon drop and an ice knife. Maybe a quiet corner to brew his beer in. Something he could drop some sheep's dung and a little bit of lemon extract in.
Sheep's dung.
Mm.
Oh, Valas, he called it number 2 ale.
He put sheep's dung in the ale?
Yeah.
It was very good, actually.
But let me tell you, this guy was a talented brewer. If anybody could make it work, he would. And he would hate it every time it came out so perfect. Every time. Like he was afraid of being successful at his art.
And you guys just knowingly drink sheep shit.
It was good.
Every time. He kept making it with sheep shit. And you knowingly...
I don't
kept
think it
drinking
was every time he made it with sheep shit. No, I think it got progressively better when he stopped using sheep shit, and that's when he started hating it. And that's when he knew Histor, he didn't love her anymore.
Sheep?
His beer. Like a country western song.
I feel like I've just missed so much context for this. It's really just everything you guys say is absurd.
Would have gone for a while.
Cheap shit beer, hand warmed sausages. You just sound like a bunch of lunatics.
I mean, we kind of are.
You were checking
being
goblin
undead
asses.
with an undead monkey isn't?
I didn't check goblin asses. That was Nightcock.
I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, if he found stuff in there, clearly it was.
He did find gold in there, so it's more than I guessed. But
there's gold in them there cheeks, Valas.
I'm just saying. I might have been dead, but you guys got real fucking weird.
No, we were always this way.
That's true.
That's what I thought. Nothing smart to say about that. Just remember, we all came from the same place. There's nothing different between us, except what happened before. Or what happened after. That's not that's us. Maybe it's just an old dragonborn getting way too deep in his cups. But if you look back, what we've done so far, it's magnificent. Now I just set out to find my boys. We're setting the world straight by riding a giant ordering. Ruby, you were stealing potatoes to stay alive.
I still do.
Valas, well, you and I got drunk in the same tavern as Cheekios and Nightcock. Kiki, blessed to pick you up along the way. My bash brother Harsnag, just an agent of one of our friends. Then we get Alistar. We meet Eisendrag. We meet Leifor, who will quite literally change the ground we're standing on for the Frost Giants. It's kind of amazing. This little adventuring party of ours.
It's definitely interesting, to say the least. But it takes all types, I guess.
It takes every kind of people. Especially when you're up against a challenge this big. So I don't fear what comes next. We sit here, we eat, we drink, we celebrate, and what happens tomorrow, happens tomorrow. So I'll lift my glass. It's gonna look at it, and there's only about a swallow left. So tomorrow, whatever it may bring, as long as it keeps us together, who the cares?
Here, I was going to ask you to say a few holy words for Emery. I think you did it the way that he would have wanted it.
No, Cheekios, I fucked it up. I didn't include anything about lemons. He's gonna walk back over to the tankard and refill his glass. I need a lemon to squeeze in this mead if I'm gonna have a proper toast.
Do they even have lemons up here?
As you guys laugh, looking up to the sky with that pyre raising and the mead setting in, I need you guys to roll perception checks with disadvantage.
Scheiße.
Oh.
Oh, good God, I'm only a 6.
Well, I got a 5 and a nat 1, so.
Ooh, nat 1 it is. 6 and a nat 1. Let's see what we got coming up next.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 on disadvantage? Dude,
15
your life,
to
all right?
16. I got a +5.
I got a 15 for Cheekios. Valas, as we look up to the sky, we see a shooting star.
Oh, I didn't know this was...
Streaking across. I need you to make a public roll.
Oh, public roll.
Ooh, we gotta put it on the platform. Let's go.
Hold on, let me figure out where we're at here. Okay, got it. Public roll. What am I rolling?
The dice inside of roll 20, you'll click
Right at what D20?
D20.
Ooh.
Not bad.
All right. I will also roll. I saw that 0 and I got real excited. Oh. As we see that shooting star roll across the sky. Cheekios is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Cheekios' wisdom is a plus 10 on this saving throw. The DC is 20.
Ooh.
As he sees that shooting star roll past. Attempting to try to reach it with dreams. But it's just too fast. Too quick. That's across the sky. Just a shared moment for Cheekios and Valas. Both kind of nod, seeing what they've seen. Alice, to the first of many shooting stars.
He'll raise his glass and to the only man that ever killed me.
Quite a feat. And
It's
for
only
the
gonna
only
happen
man
once.
that didn't die that I wish to kill. Walks back and fills his mead cup up again. So, when dawn breaks, where do we go first?
Cool.
Well, this compass is pointing that way. He's gonna point and should probably see if. Oh, I have a hunch that Harshnag's mystical gate probably lies somewhere in that direction.
Seems like a good beginning point.
If it is
Good.
Harshnag's gate, it will take us back to Waterdeep.
Maybe they got some mythical kraken killing weapon over there. Some trident we can throw right down the middle of that dirty green eye.
It would not hurt to unleash me on whatever libraries that Lord Roaringhorn has access to.
We'll need all of it.
Well, much as I hate to say it, do we need to go back to the Roaring Horn estate?
Why do you hate to say that?
Well, I mean, given our last experience there, I don't have a lot of winning memories.
We have friends there.
An unfinished business.
Where we're supposed to be.
No.
We can regroup, get supplies, get information perhaps. They survived, right? Sansuri attacked there.
Hey, maybe we take Harshnag's sacrifice over there, find a way to fortify it, make it kraken proof, and we drive it right straight through the middle of that sea god's black heart.
Yeah,
No.
like what he said.
Speaking
Maybe I've
of,
had too much mead.
A little.
that's a good idea, but speaking of the black heart and the kraken's eye, whatever happened to the that other eyeball we got? Kiki, what'd you do with that eyeball?
I'm still looking for my rock.
You mean you're what'd you do with the eyeball?
Oh, I put it in the got put in that bag. Cause I couldn't carry it because it was heavy, and it kept looking at me.
All right, I just wanted to know where it was.
I don't have it. You'd see me carry it. It was like this big when I was running with it.
Kraken eyeball.
Kept staring at her.
Quit looking
She
at
put
me.
it into her belly.
We're looking at you, Swan.
Swan.
Valas is gonna go look into the. Is it in the bag of holding or is it in the black hole?
I
In
think the bag of holding.
We have the-
Yeah.
He's gonna go dig around for that kraken eye.
You do realize
It was wrapped up.
And what?
It was wrapped up in Valas's coat, his original coat. That's why he's wearing the fur coat now.
Hmm.
right. Be my guest. Everybody's been drinking. All you got to do is convince a drunk Histor to let you into the bag. I think he's the one who's got it.
Histor, let me see that sack.
He just holds his arms out and spreads his leg.
He's never seen one before.
The bag of holding.
You think I've got the bag of holding?
Oh, somebody's got it. Where's that?
Look at your compass. He's got the bag of holding.
True memory to the bag of holding. Oh, well, so we don't have the bag of holding anymore?
Oh, you got it and everything in it. Right there. Right inside that compass.
It's in your heart. She says.
Can I examine the compass to see if it secretly contains a bag of holding?
Go ahead, investigate it. Be my guest.
28.
No, I mean, he's just got the bag of holding tied to himself.
The bag of holding's right there on your fucking belt.
What do you need it for?
I want to see if that Kraken eye is still in it. Malachar
What do
became.
you have no knowledge as to how to use a Kraken eye?
Maybe Dante can use it.
Ask Dante first.
Well,
Who the hell
we gotta
gave
see
me
if
the
it's
bag
there.
of Wait, I had a black hole. Who the hell gave me a bag of holding?
I want to hear about your black hole.
Who's had
Did
the
you
bag of
take
holding then?
Emery had the bag of holding.
Oh, shit.
Emery
dead
took
guy.
the bag of holding with the 2 wooden pickles
The
and the
dead
Kraken
one.
eye
And the conch. They took everything.
and the constant teleportation. It was all in the bag of holding. That's why he had it.
It was the guy who died.
I've got the black hole. He had the bag of holding. I
Well-
had the crystal. He had the conch.
I just assumed you were pushing that Histor had it because we were just retconning that Histor picked up everything of
Yeah,
Emery.
I mean, that's kind of what
Well-
I was going with. I was lay it on the
I-
table right now.
I will say this much, it still exists. Because the conch still existed.
That's why he rolled a 28 to see if he could find the bag of holding on the conch.
You're a mess.
Rock roll.
All right.
D&D is fun.
I love it.
Didn't tie up all those loose items, did I?
I think that we can just make
No.
stuff up.
All right, let's
good,
go, M. Night Shyamalan.
good news. We got
What?
we got 20 more minutes to find this bag.
And someone who was like cleaning up, like, hey, I found some stuff in the lost and found. Is it yours?
Sweeperbot found it over by where the dragon eggs used to be resting.
Someone
Well-
should have been cleaning up.
About that time, Harshnag makes his way back over, holding truly the shield of plot. Because if Harshnag was able to secure the eggs, that's where the eggs were.
I was wondering how long it would take you before we realized you didn't have this anymore.
Oh, perfect. Let me see that thing. Valas is gonna jump for it.
You're pretty short.
Here's another $1.
Anything besides a nat 20 will not succeed.
Nope.
I hear you speaking of that Kraken's eye.
Yeah, well, Malachar became Senegal, and we took Senegal's eye. I want to know if it's still in there.
I'm sure it's still in there, but I'd rather you not pull out that Kraken's eye in my homeland. Be my guest when you hit the water. I would prefer the location is Svardborg, the unknown to that almighty one.
Fair enough. He's gonna turn around, but then he's gonna try to fake him out and jump for the bag again because he's drunk.
Hey, he's gonna lower it DC 18.
Nope.
You should have to do an athletics check.
Nope. Whiffs again.
Ruby's gonna stand in front of the bag. Listen, let it go. That eye isn't gonna tell you anything on its own. You have to figure something out first. Maybe ask Dante to research that to begin with. Or, instead of asking him to do it, maybe you could read. You like books? You read one once?
And speaking of lost and found, we found this old thing too.
Throws over now a half charred original wooden pickle.
Oh, the pickle. Remember this thing?
Yep, you would.
Ruby, you finally get to take possession of what you've always wanted from memory, his wooden pickle.
Why do you have to say it like that? Really?
Because he's a dirty old man, I told you.
How many times have you tried to grab that man's pickle? Wooden pickle, that is.
Histor receives a sword of the gods, one of the highest honors. Paladin comes down from the top of mountain, redeemed with a new oath. This is what we get.
Apparently, you've never been a priest before.
Very true.
I blame it on the mead.
You know, I've never met a paladin before, but I'm getting some really rough first impressions.
Doesn't get much better from here, I'm sorry to say.
Remember, he is the Oath of Vengeance Paladin. He hasn't had to swear to anything truly holy and worthy. He gets to take his rage and focuses it towards something.
Well, we've got a lot of rage in this group, so...
He's not like the holy ones. He does not have to work and let the old ladies cross the street.
So you're the bum version.
Doesn't make me a pious asshole, so you know what? If you don't like it, too bad. That's just the way it goes.
I don't think the pious will work really well here.
Valas is gonna bend down to grab that wooden pickle. See if it works.
Hey, let go of that. That's mine.
It was mine first. I found it under the farmer's bed.
Yeah, okay.
While you were stealing
whatever.
our fucking potatoes.
Well, and then I stole that, so it's mine now.
I'm going for it.
I'll go for it too.
What are we rolling?
You can't re-roll.
Oh, I said, what are we rolling? Just straight D20?
Oh.
What are you guys doing?
16.
Racing for the wooden pickle.
Oh, yeah, it's dexterity off.
Oh, dexterity.
Yeah, roll a.
Yeah, it is.
30,
roll
20.
your-
Just like a saving throw.
Not a saving throw, just a dexterity plus your dexterity modifier. I'm sorry, roll a d20 and then add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
30, 20. And that one face?
That's not a nat 1 face, it's a 10.
Might as well be.
The race to the pickle, beaten by Emery and now beaten by Valas.
Snatches it back up and spins it in his fingers.
How do you spin?
like a drumstick. Is this the girthy one, the short girthy one, or the long one?
This is a short girth. This is OG. This is the original.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to click.
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead,
Dylan.
spin that in your fingers.
The OGP.
OTP.
I'm gonna try to click it in place and see if it works still.
I mean, it's charred, it's burnt, and still heavily stained. But yeah,
Oh, God.
it goes right into place. It's just got another extra layer of patina on it now.
Gonna just wave it in Ruby's face and too
Don't.
slow. And I'm gonna flip it and put it inside of my coat.
Whatever. I didn't want it anyway.
Of course.
And you.
Fine. Maybe I did, but it doesn't matter, does it? I've got weirdo over here flipping penises like it's nothing.
Well, you can always trade him something for it. You know, he is a pirate.
Alright, fine. It's yours, but use it right. Or however you want. I actually don't care. I don't want to know. Let's put it that way. I don't want to know.
How did you guys use it when I was gone?
We used it once when we were falling from Yanxi Ben. Oh no, that's how we lost the other one. Yeah. I lost one. It's still stuck in the sky somewhere. But it did save us from dying.
Well, hopefully it'll work twice.
Oh, don't forget, we used it to break Randy too.
Oh,
Who the
big-
fuck is Randy?
A big mecha wooden Randy.
that's right.
Jammed it
Where the
right into one of them joints, and then again,
Yes.
right in the middle of him.
Who the fuck is Randy?
It's
No one.
Wood. Don't worry about him. He died like a bitch.
He did, didn't he? He deserved it.
He thought he was this big Billy badass, and he ended up getting stabbed by his collaborators.
It was really funny,
He
actually.
was the shitty husband of a dear friend of ours. That's who he was.
Also, she's the best cook in the world.
Yeah, that she is.
Mm.
You never had a breakfast like you've had, Magdarin's.
We should visit her again.
That is very possible.
That'd be nice. She was a nice lady. Kind of like a hero who just would feed you anything you needed.
Her and little Ziggy.
Hmm.
Randy not around. There's no doubt. There's nothing little about Ziggy left.
You know, with Randy not around, she's single now. She looks at Histor.
Right. You've
Just-
got a job to do. Can't be thinking about that right now.
You could be. You could be.
Don't
If we
you
fail,
dare
the world will end.
without group's grandma.
It's a thought.
Might as well do it now before the world ends.
She's already
No.
been widowed once. She doesn't need another.
Or she
Feel
could do
her
with a
better
good
than-
fling.
Nope. As far as I see it, we have two rules. We don't monkeys, and we don't us.
Wow. I mean, I can adhere to at least one of those rules.
Some rules can be broken.
I knew you had a thing for monkeys, Valas. I knew you had a thing
God
for
damn it,
monkeys.
that's not what I meant.
How's my meat glass empty already?
Oh, don't look at me.
As you guys spend the rest of the evening being super around that barrel of mead, finishing up what little bit of roast mammoth is left. Cheekios is going to sit outside by the fire propped up, looking up at the stars. Who needs the arcane recovery?
I mean,
Didn't we all take a long rest?
That Sin just rolled one.
let me see. Oh, I've got a built-in 1+2 already, so I got 3 of them at my
Do you have
disposal.
one, Ruby?
I have one.
You have one? Then I will give it to Cheekios.
Okay.
How are the rest of you guys spending your evening before you let sleep and the mead take you?
Kiki's gonna sit by Cheekios out by the fire. She doesn't actually need to sleep. She doesn't get sleepy in that same way, but
Cheekios
sleeps
also
for
does
fun.
not have to sleep anymore.
Perfect.
So it's a good pairing.
This will be perfect because Histor's drunk, stumbling around, and just goes parks it over next to his good smoking buddy. Just kind of. Oh.
Valas will go find that rock that Kiki's given up on searching for.
How about this? That she asked him to find for her.
I mean, it's still got a cape on it, right?
Yes.
He's drunkenly stumbling around trying to find a rock in the snow
At night.
at night.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you'll
but-
find that Shungite. Go ahead, roll an
fucking
investigation
monkey.
check with disadvantage.
Fucking monkey, fucking rocking. 19.
You shouldn't have given her a rock. It was your own fault.
With
Fucking
disadvantage.
rock. Yeah, with disadvantage, I have a +9.
I mean, DC is 18. You find that rock.
You
You find that rock.
You lucky
Yeah,
duck.
found you, you piece of shit. Gonna go back over and hand it to Kiki. Here.
It's like one of those rocks with a face on the side.
You found it.
Trying not to throw it anymore. Because he slumps down and just has to meditate, so he's kind of half out of it. Has his head laid way back.
She's gonna stuff it in her pocket.
That'll keep it safe for now until I can think of a name for it. Cheekios, do you think I should name it something good? Do you have any ideas?
Cheekios clearly meditating, looking towards the sky.
She's gonna like turn her head and right under his chin.
You have ideas? I'm trying to think of a good name. It's a cute rock. And it's got green in it, so it's clearly got a quirky personality. And I'm trying to find the right name that matches it, and I can't quite figure out because I don't know that many names. And I haven't really met a lot of people. So if you know someone who might fit that description, then maybe you can give me a name for my rock.
What about serendipity?
That's long. I'm not good with long names.
Solidipity.
That's just as long. I don't even know how to spell that one. Or anything.
I do grab one of the fur blankets and I do toss it over Kiki.
I like blankets, thank you.
It's cold. I put my arm around blanket Kiki. You should name it. Whatever comes to you.
The rock.
You can do better. I know
It
you
looks
can
like
do
a
better.
rock with
Yes.
a cape.
But it's your rock and it has a cape.
Oh, right. Another name for a rock. Pebble?
Oh, it's bigger than a pebble.
Boulder.
Smaller than a boulder.
Call it Rocky.
Rocky.
It is Rocky.
Perfect. It's Rocky.
As I pull that blanket up over your head and Rocky. Actually slide a little bit of mammoth that I've been holding out on
Thank you so much. I've been wanting some of this.
underneath the blanket as it just kind of stirs.
She's gonna chomp down on all of it. It'll disappear like in seconds.
Never seen such a hungry monkey. Didn't
I
eat
haven't-
food.
I haven't eaten like weeks.
As everybody else lets their drunken sleep take hold, Cheekios is going to spend the entirety of the night still looking for shooting stars. He's going to have to roll an investigation check first.
I'm gonna watch with you, but it ain't gonna be very long. It's gonna be one of those things where I'm just gonna pass out on your shoulder, just looking up at the sky.
All right. Since I'm spending the entirety of the night, this will be so with advantage. This is a DC 18.
Oh, I saw that 18 roll off.
Rough.
He spends an evening looking up at the stars. Remembering the good times and even some of the bad with his friend Emery, with a close hand on the squirming blanket that is Kiki and Rocky, before he eventually lays back into the snow that he's piled up back against him with that fire roaring, looking back over at Histor leaned up against the barrel with just enough meat in it still to support his back. As the group lets sleep take them away. We wake back up with the rest of the group. Hangovers shaken off. Coffee's already been made. You guys have been up now for a couple of hours. All on the deck of Harshnag's sacrifice. Group in tow, headed towards that archway. So, when I get to Waterdeep, I will head back to the mansion. I will begin investigating the whereabouts of Yancy Ben. You will know where to find me.
Hey, Dante. What are we doing about the cloud?
When I get to the Roaring Horn Estate, I will have Cheekios take me through the teleportation circle. Bring it back down. Dock it at the estate.
Probably a good place for it.
Can I retcon as part of that mediation time that Kiki did Tranquility and gains the effect of a sanctuary spell until her next long rest?
How concentrated do you think she was finding that pet rock?
Well, once she got the food, she was pretty good.
Roll a concentration check for me.
Okay.
Just a straight up one. You just got to be over 10 with your constitution.
All right, that'll be a dirty 20 then.
Dirty 20. Yeah. Despite all of her shiny distractions, she's able to monk it up a little bit. I mean, she was able to focus in once she got that blanket over her.
Yes. Covers it over her head like a bird.
Oh, totally.
When you put a blanket over the cage, it thinks it's nighttime.
Kiki is no different.
I never thought this day would be here. But I'm glad that it came. Alice, I hope that you can approve of the repairs that we've made to your vessel overnight.
Oh, it's still floating.
Oh. Poor old Leroy wasn't going to be able to do it by himself.
Leroy's still here.
Kiki's gonna run onto the ship and start looking for him.
Rock and
Leroy,
blanket in hand.
Mm-hmm.
does Leroy still have one arm?
Yeah.
And a little chip up in his clavicle.
Oh, we should get underway. Ship's not gonna sail itself.
I mean, it could.
Good point. Leroy, on the helm.
Arshnag with his hands back against the rail, looking towards Svardborg.
Shall we meet again, old friend? And on much better terms than last.
As he turns, as that vessel begins to slide through a large frosted archway, and you see the same familiar swirls of blue and ethereal light. As the party begins to be transported back through that gate. As the first part of the vessel coming through, Histor in the front, you can smell that all too familiar smell of fish markets, stale beer, and the raucous of the city. As you open your eyes, the waterways of Waterdeep.
We're home. As much as the home we've ever seen.
It's familiar.
Feels like home.
At least it's not so cold.
Not nearly as cold.
Not cold and very welcoming.
I did like this fur coat though. It was quite warm.
Don't you have enough fur?
It's nice to be warm. Don't get mad at me for that.
Why
As
don't you
the
go
camera
curl up in the
zooms
sun
out.
somewhere?
With you guys bickering on the deck of Harshnag's Revenge. That is where we will cut off this week. And pick back up, heading towards the Roaring Horn Estate.
Woo! I love how every time we come back to the Roaring Horns, it's in a different fashion. The first time was through the front gates. Then we dropped in on, the spindly vines. We're coming in through the back port on this time. It's just...
We've done griffins too once.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We rode griffins in one
Yeah,
time.
we did do Griffins once.
Very interesting. I didn't think about that until now. Yeah, but we've pulled into port in this town in style.
Do you think they just look forward, like, how are they going to arrive this time? Like, we are making the gossip news headlines.
Hey, we're hanging out at the Roaring Horn Estate like anything is possible. Like I feel like it's people have shown up on elephants to air balloons. There, it's that kind of place.
Oh, damn, gentlemen! I wonder how you were coming in next.
They're so fancy.
We've never burrowed up from the ground though.
Not yet. We just need some
Dude.
gophers.
I tried so hard,
And got so far.
but in
But
the
in
end,
the end, it didn't really matter.
didn't really matter.
Set and spike.
It'll be saved for another day to see what dreams can do with shooting stars. For another day.
One of these days we'll get it.
Hey, I did the rolls, man. Couldn't hit it.
One of these
Okay.
days we'll get it.
I tried to help. I just got too drunk. Sorry.
I tried though. Mom, I tried. But hey, we're gonna tie up and end over here. Thanks everybody for joining us for the RP ride so we could tie up all of our loose ends and head in a new direction. Love you guys. Mud, are you still streaming after this?
I will be, yes. Shortly.
So, everybody, go and check out Mudcat. He's going to be playing Get Your Drops if you haven't. It is a sweet helm, dude. It is awesome. Go get those drops if you haven't had them enabled. And as always, make sure to love one another and wash your damn hands. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.